Hey everyone, welcome to One Life with Keanu. My name is Keanu. I started this channel to help people reach their full potential in life with the knowledge and tools they need to escape the fucking 9 to 5 matrix. Today I'm talking about Amberly Gray, who is 34, who has a passive income of $6,500 each month and had the ability to retire early, something we all dream of. So let's take a look how she did it.
For me, being someone who's in the FIRE community is about freedom. I love what I do. I still don't want to do it for the next 30 years of my life. 65 seems like a really weird, arbitrary time to retire, so why don't I just change that number to 40 or 35?
I like this attitude. Most people live in the 9 to 5 thinking, oh, I only can retire at 65. No, that's what the Matrix tells you, that's the government tells you, but you can escape this life and become financially independent, wealthy, create a side business or generate some passive income with real estate, stocks, whatever.
Or 37. Hi, I'm Amberly. I'm 34 years old and I achieved financial independence in February of 2022.
That's crazy. A net worth of $835,000 at 34 years old with having just a normal job and everything. That's a decent thing to do, and I'm really curious how she did it.
$13,000 and $20,000 a year up until 5 years ago. And when I got my first job with $50,000 a year, I realized I can save so much money. So I continued to keep my expenses really small. I only spent $1,300 a month back then, so I had a lot of leftover money. And to me, that was like the first time I could really pursue FI.
So, I like this already, and I tell it to my family, friends, and my colleagues even. The key of financial independence is actually saving as much money that you can in order to invest that money to create your side business, to invest it in stocks, to invest it in a savings account to buy some real estate and rent out the real estate. I do this a lot, like you don't need to buy every fancy clothes, crazy car when you're a young age. Be humble, save money, invest money, think long term. Two rental properties is already really nice, especially at the age of 34. She generates around $7,000-8,000 a year through those rental properties, so I'm really interested in knowing that she paid them all off already or not.
I've recently had a child 7 weeks ago, and that has changed things short term. Now I spend about $3,400 a month when it comes to personal expenses. I support my partner while we're working through a visa. He can't work and it's been a year. And so that's all dependent on me to provide for my family.
That's crazy. Even the husband is currently not working and they have a child and they are still able to save that much money. That's crazy.
I have been able to spend and get whatever we need for our child without feeling extremely stressed. We're still saving almost 70% of our income because we have so much coming in and our expenses are low, even with these crazy extra expenses from our child. My current finances are two 401k accounts that total $119,000, a taxable brokerage account with $55,000, a Roth IRA with $37,000 in it, two HSAs that total of $12,000, a 529 education account for our kid, which is $9,000.
That's a really good overview about how you should save and invest your money. And the pie, like for some people it can be more towards real estate, for some other people it can more go to like the 401k, stocks, whatever suits you. But when you get your pay slip, divide your money. Half is for taxes, so cut that in half, put it into an account. That money is not yours. Then just pay for your expenses, some living costs, and all the rest divided in separate accounts for different goals.
Company stock account, which is $6,000. Truthfully, I can be completely FIRE right now. I only need a total of $40,000 a year to cover every single expense that I have. So that's $1 million in a brokerage account, or the cash flow that I currently have, which is $6,500 a month. But it turns out I don't think $40,000 is enough.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's really nice to have $40,000 a year, but depending on your lifestyle, how many children you want, all those things, I would aim for a higher living expense, let's say, like the $100,000 each year.
I'm going to continue with my day job for the next 3 to 5 years, put another $140,000 to $200,000 away into a taxable brokerage account, and by that time, in 3 to 5 years, my entire liquid savings will be about $750,000. With cash flow from houses on the side, that will be plenty of enough money for me to feel comfortable quitting my job and walking away. For me, there's some scarcity mindset when it comes to finances. I grew up very poor, and so a number will never satisfy that little hole in my heart that feels like I'm never gonna be secure enough when it comes to finances. I could work 10 years and that wouldn't be because of finances, that would be because of my insecurity about money.
I can understand. Growing up, I also didn't have a lot of money, so I have the feeling that it will never be enough, or that I'll never stop working, investing, and working on myself. So I can feel her, especially if you're a young mom and you need to provide for your family.
I thought I'd follow a traditional path. I would go to university, get married to like my high school or university boyfriend, have some kids, get a house in Ottawa. And all of a sudden one day I decided that I was not going to apply to university. I had made a decision that I was going to become a millionaire. And so that drive to do more, be more, and have more has been a huge defining factor in my adulthood.
I believe in this, and I did it as well. I didn't believe in a master degree because I was convinced about my own abilities, and I really believed that I was destined for greater things. So I love that she took the chance, worked really hard, worked on herself, started side hustles to become financially independent. Really nice.
Ended up working at a tech company where I was a project coordinator. I was making $52,000 a year, more than double my parents what they had made.
Guys, if you don't really know in what business you want to get into for your first job, I highly recommend to apply to software companies. Software companies are known with the greatest benefits, greatest pay, and there's a whole industry fighting for your talents. I'm personally a fan of the software business. I work in the software business myself, so I can highly recommend it if you're struggling to find what you want to do in life.
One of the ways that I found that I could exponentially change my journey to FIRE, instead of wait 15 years of saving my paycheck at 50%, I could buy real estate and make money off of real estate. My partner and I decided to move in together and purchase a house, which is always a risky endeavor. I started renting it out in May of 2019, then started doing short-term rentals shortly after.
That's really smart. If you want to start with real estate, let's say, I would highly recommend, and if you need to live alone to buy a duplex unit, or even a unit with an extra room that you can rent out on Airbnb or whatever, depending on your location.
For my second property, someone approached me about purchasing it from the seller directly. I only had 60 at the time, and so I was in a pinch and needed to figure out where I was gonna find $40,000. So I was able to take some money out of a HELOC out of my current property that I was living in to finish that down payment off, and then it took me about a year to pay back that $40,000 HELOC. Which is going to be our family home. And I only put 5% down because I wasn't planning on buying a property and had been putting all my money towards my brokerage account and not my savings. So that one is a lot less than I actually would feel comfortable with, but we made it work. Hi everyone, welcome to Fin Talks. We are talking healthcare today. Amberley Grant Finance is actually in the negative because I run around the country going to speaking events and speaking at different places like Austin, California, Minneapolis.
That's really nice. You need to start a side hustle right now. I don't care if it's delivering packages, ride for Just Eat Takeaway, start a YouTube channel, learn your expertise and your passion and turn it into a side hustle. That's why I started this YouTube channel.
I never see myself fully retiring. Like, the FI part of FIRE is actually what I'm going for, that freedom to do whatever I want. And what that looks like to me is bike riding to the grocery store, hanging out with our new kid, having my family go on traveling, like going on vacation to other places, or living abroad for a little bit. So that's something that FIRE will bring us, is that we can have the flexibility to be wherever we want. It makes us have a lot of freedom and the ability not to feel too much stress on a day-to-day basis.
So that was it, guys. You can see it's not that difficult to retire early, but you need to put in the work. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll make more videos like this with the tools and knowledge to be, or better said, to become wealthy and escape the 9-to-5 matrix. I'll also leave a link to a blog post with 9 steps you can take in 2023 to retire early and become financially independent. Enjoy your day, guys, and let me know what you think in the